It's a Made in Toronto solution for an Ontario-wide problem. Black families across our province are more than twice as likely as white families to be referred to child welfare agencies. This comes from a University of Toronto study that was conducted last year. Well, now the Black Agency Network is launching with the hopes of improving how Black families navigate Toronto's child welfare system. Joseph Smith is the CEO of Anchoring Minds, one of the three agencies that are part of the Black Agency Network. Joseph, good morning.
Good morning to you.
First of all, explain to me some of the ways that this agency is hoping to improve how Black youth specifically interact within the child welfare system.
Yeah, so we know that one of the essential stressors and causes of anxiety for Black families is concern around safety, protection, and development of their young. So in line with Black Mental Health Week, the Children's Aid Society of Toronto, Anchoring Minds, Inc., and Delta Family Resource Center are launching initiative, Black Agency Network, in an effort to help families better navigate the child welfare system and access vital resources to alleviate the challenges that come with facing anti-Black racism institutionally. And so the initiative will see us assemble a multitude of services to meet the diverse needs of the Black community, because it's not a monolith. And these agencies are all Black focused and Black informed, who are aligned in their ability to deliver and their desire to deliver culturally relevant and responsive services to Black community members.
As you say, there isn't one single monolith of any one community. No. So communities, at the same time, there isn't one single story. So perhaps I'm asking you to generalize here. You're the founder also of a nonprofit called Generation Chosen for racialized and marginalized inner city youth. What are some of the stories? You know, I said, look, it's twice as likely that for Black families across Ontario to be in contact with authorities. So what are some of the stories that you've heard from Black families about navigating these systems?
I'll first speak to my own. So as a young person, I grew up in an underserved community, and where my mother emigrated to this country from Jamaica in the late 80s, without much resources, and also without having her credentials recognized by her teaching credentials recognized by the Ontario government. We were in a very precarious situation financially, such that it could have brought us into closer proximity with child welfare services. And luckily, my mother had, some friends that she met that were able to support her during her roughest times. But she didn't have access to the assembly of agencies that existed at that time. She didn't know who they were. She didn't know who to contact. Had she had something like BAN, she probably would have been able to mitigate some of the tensions she was experiencing as a single mother raising me by herself in a lower income community. And that really speaks to another issue we have in terms of trying to assemble all of this. One is access, and trying to ensure that this is marketed properly to Black families so they know where to turn when they have these issues. Another part is funding. And so what we've seen, and I've been doing this work as well with the Foundation for Black Communities, is that, some of the central organizations within Black communities are under-resourced, and yet they provide such vital and central services to the Black community, especially during the pandemic. We saw Black agencies under-resourced providing support with food insecurity, health and mental health services of all kinds on shoestring budgets. And so one of the things we're hoping to do with BAN is, when we properly market this to Black families and also to CAST staff members, is also, galvanize support from a financial standpoint from ministries and other entities interested in child welfare and supporting this.
Tell me a little bit more under sort of the banners you just said about how this is going to look in action. In other words, how is connecting with a navigator going to make a difference for a youth or a family in crisis?
Absolutely. So Delta Family Resource Center is responsible for hiring and onboarding the navigators that are meant to both navigate the Black community agencies and also support CAST staff members and Black families with gaining access to those Black community agencies. And so their role is primarily to have a wide and robust knowledge of all the different agencies that we've put together within the Black Agency Network. And they are essentially going to be the first point of contact. So once this pilot launches in the spring, we're hoping for it to be fully fleshed out within a year. A Black family will call one number, or they'll go on the website and they will communicate with a navigator. They'll express their unique needs, their struggles, challenges, what they're facing. And then that navigator will put them in touch with agencies best suited to support them in their particular area of need.
I imagine another goal is trying to reduce the number overall of Black youth entering the system in the first place.
Absolutely. Well, CAST operates at multiple levels of intervention and prevention within the Black community already. So there are already, this work is already being done in a number of areas, a number of ways with CAST, and also other child welfare agencies and across the city, across Ontario. I think the goal here, though, is to create somewhat of an emporium of Black agency services so that it's very easy to navigate and access. And also the service will be direct and immediate so that when a family is in need, they are not having to wait on long lists for weeks on end to receive some care that had they not received, it would have landed them in the spaces where CAST and necessarily has to intervolve itself.
Here's the reality. We know when a child turns 18, becomes an adult, the child welfare system can leave them kind of out there on their own in the sense that they don't have the guidance or the infrastructure that they have had. What can be done, or what should be done, I should say, at that point for these, just brand new adults?
Yeah, absolutely. I think with a well-resourced nonprofit sector or Black agency network, who better to support those children and those young adults when they exit CAST than culturally relevant and responsive agencies with individuals who are aware of the struggles, aware of the challenges, and also have a wide network of other sources of support that they can tap into to support that person when they turn 18.
All right, Joseph, we will leave it there. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Joseph Smith is the CEO of Anchoring Minds, one of the 3 agencies which is partnering to create BAN, that is the Black Agency Network.
Be careful.